Mike here down in my workshop, and today I am without Melly. And the reason why is because we're going to do some guitar work. I used to own and run a guitar building and repair shop called Rench Guitar Werks. And I also had a second YouTube channel by the same name, Rench Guitar Werks. And I had this for about 5 years, and it just couldn't support itself. In the area that I'm in here, I've got 4 rather large big box stores and a couple of regional chains that I have to compete with for work. I just couldn't keep the business afloat because I didn't make enough money. There wasn't enough margin in order for the business to sustain itself. When I dissolved the business, everything associated with the tax ID and the business name and all that stuff also had to go away. So the YouTube channel was taken down. So all that content is gone, unfortunately. I did not have the time or resources at the time to download and copy all those videos and then upload those to my regular channel. So what we're going to do is put the past in the past, and I'm going to start making some videos again as a playlist on my regular channel. So the Rench Ranch will have a playlist of stuff that's just guitar related. And in the future, you know, if Mel and I decide to do some other crazy stuff, or we want to just make some goofy videos about something else, we'll just make a playlist. It's kind of a catch-all. We just do the YouTube thing for fun. Trust me, you don't make a lot of money making YouTube videos. If I did, the guitar business would have kept itself afloat. Because I got plenty of views, but you make like fractions of a penny per view on a YouTube video. So enough whining about my guitar channel, and let's get down to business. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to start working on this guy. This is my own personal guitar. This is a 2003 made in Mexico standard Telecaster. It's a Fender, you know, Mexican made. I got this in '03 when I was visiting my brother-in-law Lefty down in Columbus at a place that's not there anymore called the String Shop, right across from the Ohio State University on High Street. So what you're looking at here is essentially version 4.0 of the guitar. This guitar did not come like this. It didn't even come with this neck on it. Basically, the only thing remaining right now is the body and some other parts. Currently, this guitar has a much newer Nashville Telecaster neck, mainly because I like the rosewood. The radius is a little bit different, and it's got the vintage Clusen. Actually, these are Clusens. They're not Fenders. I swapped them out, but they have the vintage style tuning machines on it. And I actually took this guitar with me to the Gallup School of Luthery, where I learned how to do guitar work. And I did a fret level and a polish. I made a bone nut for it. Over the years, the guitar has gone through several iterations. This is the last configuration, as it were. I do like the Fender style amp knobs on here. It's got a 5-way switch on it now. And that 5-way switch is here so that I can split the humbucker and combine it in different ways with the bridge pickup here. These 2 pickups are actually GFS, guitarfetish.com pickups, which they're okay, but you know what? I've never been pleased with the sound of the guitar. I put a Bigsby on this guitar. It's been a fun guitar to play, but I'm always tinkering with this thing. You would think that if you love the guitar, you would leave it the way it is, but this is kind of like my hot rod mod guitar. I just love to tinker with it. We're going to be transforming this into version 5.0. We're going to be stripping the guitar down, taking all the stuff off of it that I'm not going to use anymore, and we're going to be modifying it quite a bit. One of the things we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing this really cool device called a B blender. It replaces the trem arm on your Bigsby, and what it allows it to do is, depending upon how you set this thing up, it allows you to bend either the B or the G string, so you can do some really cool country licks. I think there's some Zeppelin songs that have some B bender licks in there, so it's something I don't know how to do yet. I don't know how to play B bender songs, so it'll be really cool to get that on there. Gives me something to learn. Callahan, I've got an upgraded roller bar here for the Bigsby that has it's really precision machined, unlike the Bigsby one, which is really kind of, it doesn't roll at all really. It's also got some machine grooves in there, which will help locate the strings side to side. Callahan stop bar, which is also machined with built-in string ferrules. So this is a really good upgrade. Got a replacement control plate because I'm going to rewire the guitar again. Speaking of rewiring it, we are going to go with a set of Seymour Duncans. Going to do a vintage stack in the bridge because I really like this. This is the hot STK T3B for bridge vintage stack lead pickup, and then a Seymour Duncan Pearly Gates neck. And this is a nickel plated cover on this guy. As much of the hardware as I can is going to be nickel plated because it will give it a really good patina over time as it ages. And that's what I'm looking for, because I've had this guitar now 15 years, and my days of treating it like it's untouchable, has to be perfect, are pretty much over. I just want to beat on it and play it. Speaking of wiring, we have some CTS pots. These are Emerson Pro CTS pots, still made by Chicago Telephone Supply. That's what that CTS stands for. And if you look, you see the little center support there. That's actually part of the shaft on the potentiometer, and it helps it last longer because of the center support. There's less play in it. We also have a 0.047 microfarad actual good old Emerson, oil reproduction cap, which is really going to be cool for this particular guitar. This is just a simple treble bleed circuit that goes on the volume. We've got a CRL, just a regular Fender 3-way switch. Currently I've got a 5-way switch with a dual circuit switch. So there's 2 of these wafers. They call them super strat switches, but it allows me to, like on this guitar, when it's all the way forward, it's the front half of the pickup. Next position would be both coils in the humbucker, because under this cover there are 2 individual coils. The middle position is the bridge plus the neck with both coils, bridge plus the neck with just the front coil, and then the last position is just the bridge. And the way it's wired is the only position that isn't humbucking or hum canceling would be just the bridge or just the front coil by itself. Still going to keep the old Fender amp knobs. I love those things. I'm going to go with a later style Fender hi-hat knob. This is the real deal here. This is Bakelite. It's not plastic. Got a new Switchcraft output jack, just because it's something I didn't upgrade the last time. Brass bridge saddles. They're Godos. They're compensated. I have a set of titaniums on a different guitar. I really like them because they allow you to get good intonation. As long as you're not, exceeding a certain gauge of strings. Like I think 10s and 11s will compensate properly with these. If you're using 9s or going way up in 12, you're probably going to have a problem getting good intonation. But if you're using 10s or 11s, depending upon, if it's a hybrid set of strings or whatever. These are really cool because with the little slopes that are kind of machined into these guys here, it allows you to set the intonation. Like these saddles here, they just have grooves to help locate the strings side to side. Because originally, the Telecaster was not designed to have a Bigsby on it. So, I kind of have to have, they do make a proper Bigsby kit, but I never cared for the way it looked. So when I did the install on the Tele here, I just reused the vintage style bridge, and I notched it to clear the strings. The one Bigsby makes that's a replacement, you have to drill out 2 large holes in the body to sink in some bridge anchors, kind of like a Les Paul style bridge. And then you shim the neck in order to get the action back where it needs to be. I went this way with it, with this style Bigsby. There's a couple of different Bigsbys you can rig onto a Telecaster. But that's what I wanted to do, and it's been working for years now. I think I did this modification probably 7 or 8 years ago, and I've been playing it for quite a while, and it's just time for a change. Also got some GHS burnished nickel, just 10s for this guitar because I'm going to be playing standard tuning. And I always recommend that you set your intonation and all your setup to the gauge of strings that you plan on using. So the last thing that we're going to do here is I'm going to make a visual change on this. And I may make a complete hash out of this yet. We'll see. If you had followed the old Rench Guitar Werks YouTube channel, you would have seen that I had an Epiphone Dot Studio that I hot rodded, where it's all pinstriped, and a local pinstripe artist did that. And while I would probably still have Junkyard Julie do this again for me, I really want to try it myself. I gotta look at some designs to figure out what I want to do. I'm gonna freehand it as much as possible. These newer Fenders have a catalyzed urethane finish on it, so any one shot or sign painter's lettering paint is not going to affect this finish. It won't react with it. As long as the surface is clean, it'll stick, it'll be fine, and if you mess it up, you can just wipe it off. So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully I can come up with something cool. I've already got the paint on order. It's going to be orange and cream on here, and we're going to try and do some Von Dutch style, like hot rod stripes, because I think they're cool. And I may not have the cred when it comes to how good of a guitar player I am to kind of warrant the look that I'm going for, but I don't care. It's my guitar, damn it. I've had this thing for over 15 years now, and it's I want to do a little change. And the funny thing is, I didn't even plan on buying this guitar when I was down visiting my brother-in-law Lefty. It was on sale because, not that you can see it, it had a little tiny chip right there, which I had drop filled with a little bit of super glue because it was just in a clear coat, and then I wet sanded and buffed it. So really, the finish is almost flawless, but I just want that little bit of a change. I've been babying this guitar forever, and when I did the last major modification to it and I put in these pickups, nothing against GFS. Guitar Finish makes a lot of cool parts for cheap, and these pickups sound better than the factory ones. But I built a guitar with the exact same style wiring for my brother-in-law, and he's left-handed. And that Telecaster has Seymour Duncans in it, and it sounds way, way better. So I'm going to get a pretty big tonal change. Plus, I'm going to simplify the wiring, because even though I thought I'd be cool with the 5-way switch and splitting the pickup, I never use it. 90% of the time, I'm in the neck position, all the way forward, or I'm in the bridge position. So, just a regular 3-way Telecaster switch is more than enough for me. The next video will be a teardown video of this. We're going to take it apart, get it to the point where I'm going to clean the body up. I'm going to shield the pickup control cavities to try and cut back some of the 60 cycle hum from the electrical mains, and then we'll put it back together. Also, I've got to take the Bigsby apart, and I just realized I need a set of circlip pliers that I don't currently own, so that's going to be a trip to Harbor Freight to pick some of that up. I know it's a bit of a change. Hopefully you don't unsubscribe from the channel, because it's not Melly and it's not motorcycle stuff. I know a lot of guys who ride that also play guitar, and a lot of guys just want to see how you do stuff. Don't really do DIYs per se, so I just do the work and I take you guys, the viewer, along for a ride. So by all means, if you want to give a crack at working on guitars, do some research. Don't just take my word on it. Even though I ran my own business for a while, you still want to know what you're doing. And it's the same thing with the motorcycles. We don't try to tell people how to do this stuff, and who knows how many times I've screwed up doing stuff on the motorcycles that I've had to later fix. So thanks for watching. It's much appreciated. If you wouldn't mind, hit the like and subscribe button, and then down in the corner there beside the subscribe button, there's a little notification bell, so that when new videos come out, you'll get a notification. And with the weather being crappy here, hopefully we're going to get a good steady stream of content on the guitar coming through the channel, and that'll all be in its own playlist. So last little bit before I sign off here, we still have Barney. Yes, we do. We are not getting rid of Barney. It is cold and crappy outside, and the garage is not heated because I didn't get it done this year. So That's why I'm starting the guitar work for when it's weather is crap outside. I can do this and still have, you know, videos going out there. So thanks for watching. I hope you all will enjoy the guitar content, and who knows what other crazy stuff that Melly and I will post up on the YouTube channel. Like I said, we do this for fun. And until I see everyone again, take care.